Unless you have been living under a rock, you would have heard this movie doing rounds, off late, in your peer circles. This American thriller seems to be ahead of its time in depicting what we are facing as a global society today. Contagion shows the rapid spread of a virus across the world, which fails all attempts by the medical and research fraternity to identify and stop the outbreak. The movie has since been well received for its factual accuracy, intermingling plots and the edge-of-the-seat suspense that grips you in it till the absolute end. What starts out as a virus in Africa soon spreads in America in an unforeseen way. The virus, which was first found in a jungle, is transmitted years later to another continent, and the plot handles this aspect in a fitting way. Outbreak beautifully narrates how military and national agencies rise up to the occasion and play a role in saving an entire country from a pandemic like an event. Shot majorly in the USA, the scenes involving army tanks and helicopters frame the highlight of this one. Virus follows the story in Kerala, where a man infected with what's possibly the Nipah virus is admitted to a hospital, from where it starts spreading, creating havoc in a populated country like India. What virus does best is tie news that we have heard from Kerala in 2018 into a tight script that proceeds well with time. The story follows a group of friends who plan to live out the pandemic-like condition till it dies down in an isolated motel on a beach. All is well with them until things start to out of hand. Carriers was praised by critics worldwide as a plot that brought more reality to the post-apocalyptic zombie theme. Watch it for the accurately paced plot and the boldly carved characters. An old black and white classic on this list seems up for those empty afternoons you need to stay in and watch a movie for quarantine time pass. The movie revolves around protagonist Clinton Reed, Richard Whitmark, who is a doctor and health service servant in the USA. Mayhem starts to gradually spread in the city of New Orleans after a body dumped by the docks is found and tested with plague-like symptoms. The authorities decide to trace the past whereabouts of the dead man to contain the spread before things start taking a sharp U-turn. No listicle on a specific category is complete without a Korean flick, and we bring to you Deranged. As apparent from the eerie poster, shock spreads in the public when multiple dead bodies are found floating in the river. It is soon found that the cause of deaths was a virus outbreak that was capable of controlling the human brain. Deranged succeeds in capturing the panic amongst citizens once an outbreak starts to spread, and follows human emotions closely as its characters battle against the virus. Infection follows the story of doctors and staff at this burdened hospital and what happens when the infection starts to spread amongst the healthcare providers themselves. In a sharp tale of reflection of the human mind, wrong decisions, and the confusion that unfolds, Infection is good enough to catch your attention and keep you glued to the seats. A story set in Japan where a man driving a car suddenly loses his vision and is taken to an ophthalmologist, from where blindness starts to spread among people who came in contact with past victims of the disease. Loaded with panic-stricken scenes and characters having to take tough decisions, blindness draws in front of us the picture of society hit hard by an epidemic and forced to deal with it against ticking time. Capable of killing victims within a short period of 36 hours, Flu is a good narration of how masses at risk panic when the sword of death hangs close to their own necks. Last but not least in any way, this one is a watch from the post-apocalyptic era. The plot follows the journey of James Cole, Bruce Willis, a prisoner underground trained and sent back in time to trace the original virus that caused apocalypse so that modern-day medicine can find a cure. Empty cities, roads with no vehicles, and time travel scenes are a marvel to watch in this interesting sci-fi flick. 12 Monkeys also star Brad Pitt in an engaging role of a mental patient who is a delight to watch. In this one,